Hi everybody, it's ATX Mom. Well, my toddler seems to have kind of an insatiable appetite, so I'm always looking for ideas for pre-packaged snacks for him in between his meals. We try to do a lot of really healthy snacks like fruit and vegetables and cheese, but there are times that I'm on the go or I'm just looking for something really easy, and so we turn to some pre-packaged snack options. I think we've tried every baby and toddler snack on the market, so I want to talk about my 10 favorite. The first one I want to talk about is one that most babies, when they start first trying solids, will start to eat, which are the baby puff cereals, or the puffs. We've tried all of the different brands, and these are two of our favorites. This is Plum Organics Super Puffs, and these happen to be the Super Reds. These are strawberry and beet flavor, but they also come in Super Orange and Super Greens, and my son really loves these. They actually taste a bit, I'm going to show you what they look like. They taste a bit like Captain Crunch berries, but they're really soft. As soon as they put them in their mouth, they start to dissolve. So even if your little one only has, one or two teeth and they're just starting to gum solid foods, the puffs are really great because they dissolve really easily and they're really kind of soft for them. These are Happy Baby Organic Puffs. And these are the green puffs. These are the spinach, collard green, and kale. Very similar in size and shape to the other puffs. And again, they dissolve kind of as soon as they get wet. And these ones don't have a really strong vegetable flavor, even though they're kale and collard greens. I've tried some kale snacks that really taste a really strong vegetable taste, and these are actually pretty sweet. So these are two brands that we really like when it comes to the baby puffs. The next thing I want to talk about are baby Mums, and you've probably seen these. They sell these at most of the baby stores. The two that we really like are the vegetable flavor, and the banana flavor is especially my son's favorite. These are rice rusks. So again, for a baby who is just starting solids or who is teething, they come in a little sleeve like this, and I'll open them up so you can see. You get two Mums to a sleeve. My son can usually only finish about half. Maybe if he's really hungry, he'll eat a whole Mum in one sitting. They're super wafer thin, and just like the puffs, as soon as they get wet, they start to dissolve. So when I was comfortable with my son kind of eating solids on his own, I will hand him a whole one, and he will take little bites, and it just dissolves like a little really thin cracker kind of wafer. They're great when they're teething because they can kind of drool all over them, and they're not super messy like some teething biscuits put kind of a mess everywhere. And you get a lot in a box. So I really, really like these. Hot Kid makes these baby Mums, and they're great. The one thing I will say is we've had to start calling them crackers instead of Mums because my son is starting to say Mum for mom. And so it's confusing when I'll ask him if he wants a Mum, and he'll look at me and say Mum. So we had to start calling them crackers. The next snack that we really like in our house are these Happy Melts. Again, Happy Baby makes these, and these are organic yogurt drops. And these are the mixed berry flavor and the banana mango flavor. And my son really likes the mixed berry flavor. These are tiny little drops. I'll show you what these look like here. Of freeze-dried yogurt. And as soon as they get wet and they hit their mouth, they dissolve into yogurt. They taste just like yogurt. I actually really like eating these. They taste just like yogurt. But they're a really fun little finger food snack if you're trying to get some extra yogurt or some dairy into your little one's diet. Now, I'm going to throw in a thought here. If you do have a little one that's lactose intolerant or can't eat dairy, Plum Organics makes these products called Little Creams. They are pretty much exactly the same as the yogurt drops, but these are made with rice milk, so there's no dairy in these at all. These are the Super Reds. These are pomegranate, beet, and berry, and these are Super Purple. So these are Aki berry, blackberry, and purple carrot. My son doesn't like these as much as the yogurt drops. He really likes the yogurt drops, but if you're looking for an alternative, if you have a baby who's lactose intolerant, these are a really great alternative. Same size as the yogurt drops. I'll show you what these look like. They're pretty much the same little discs. And then as soon as you put them in your mouth, they kind of dissolve to a yogurt kind of consistency. So those are a great alternative. We really like Earth's Best baby food products, and so I've tried these. These are called Pop Snacks. These are basically tiny little rice cake. I'll show you one that isn't broken here. There's what they look like. And these are sweet potato and cinnamon flavor, and these are vegetable flavor. These are really great. They have a little bit more of a crunch, so you definitely want a baby who's got a couple of teeth that can handle something with a little bit of a crunch without choking. These are so good. I've had to hide the sweet potato cinnamon from my husband because he'll eat a whole container if I let him. They're really, really tasty. They're really small, so you can give him a few of them. These are a favorite of ours, these organic Pop Snacks. The next thing I want to talk about are these little Revolution Food makes these. These are called Jammy Sammies, and these are organic little sandwich bars, almost kind of like, the best thing I can describe them is like a Nutri-Grain bar, like a fruit bar. These have grape jelly and peanut butter. We also have, and I don't have the box, but I have one here. These are Grammy Sammies. These are graham crackers filled with yogurt. So they're a cinnamon graham cracker and vanilla yogurt. All of the little Sammies are about this size, and they're made with whole grain and whole wheat. They're kind of a nice little snack if you're looking for something a little more substantial. Again, this is for someone who's more of a toddler, who's eating solid foods, that can bite solid foods. But I've been really happy with these because they have really great wholesome ingredients. Not a lot of chemicals, high fructose corn syrup or any of that. It's all really natural, organic ingredients. So I feel really good about giving these to him when he wants kind of a more substantial snack. The next thing I want to talk about are these Fiddlesticks. And these are made by Plum Tots. These are also organic. These are apple carrot, and these are berry. We've also got the banana. We bought them on a whim. We were at the grocery store one day, and he was hungry, and I was looking for a snack, and I saw them on the shelf, and I thought, well, we'll open them up and try them. And he went bonkers crazy. He loved them. And I've actually had a hard time finding the banana in stock anywhere because they must be really popular. And here's what they look like. Again, these are probably for an older toddler who can handle, chewing without choking. It's almost like a tiny little breadstick. It's kind of an organic breadstick. But they are pretty soft when they bite into them with their little teeth, and they're great when they're teething as well. This is a great, quick little, hey, I'm making dinner, and dinner's not quite ready, and he's fussing because he's starving. I'll give him a Fiddlestick, and he'll walk around the house with it, and just as happy as can be. These are gluten-free, so if you have a little one with a gluten allergy, even though these are like little breadsticks, these are gluten-free, and we really like those. The next thing I'm going to talk about is actually my son's favorite snack of all time, which are craisins. It was totally on a whim. He's eating a lot of solid foods now and really likes fruit. And so I tried to give him some craisins, and he loves them. When he sees the bag, he starts giggling and reaching for the bag, and he'll actually reach his hand in the bag. And I've started to mix it up. He hasn't tried them yet. I just bought these pomegranate craisins, and he really loves fresh blueberries, so I got him some blueberry craisins. The reason I like the craisins is they travel really well. I can fill his little snack cup with some craisins, and when we're out on the go and I don't have access to fresh fruit, I can at least give him some craisins and get some fruit in his diet. There is a lot of sugar in craisins. They're not a super perfect healthy snack, but it's one that he really enjoys, and I feel good about it because he's at least getting some fruit. I will say, as I'm talking about things that I love, I want to mention a dud that I was really disappointed in. I know how much he loves craisins, and he loves prunes, so I found this product called Plum Amazings, and Sunsweet makes them, and it's basically a craisin, but they're prunes. And so I thought, oh, this is perfect. He loves prunes and he loves craisins. The problem with these are some of them are really, I'll show you what they look like. They're like little diced pieces of prune. And some of them are really soft, and some of them are rock hard. Like you can't even bite through them as an adult. So I actually can't give them to my son. So now I've got this container of Plum Amazings. So if you buy them thinking they're going to be soft and chewable like a craisin, they are not. They are a dud. But I wanted to warn you while I was talking about snacks. The next product I want to talk about that I really love are the Annie's lines of products. Most of them are organic. These are actually the Annie's white cheddar bunnies. And I really like these as opposed to goldfish crackers, just because I feel like there's a lot of chemicals in goldfish crackers that I'm not crazy about giving him. So if I'm going to give him any sort of cheesy cracker snack, I would rather it be an Annie's product. So they're very similar in taste and size, except they're little bunnies. Really, really loves these. We've tried the regular cheddar version, but for some reason he really loves these white cheddars. So we really love those. And we also eat a lot of these Annie's organic buttery rich crackers. They're like a Ritz cracker, just a plain butter cracker. But we'll give him a snack sometimes with just some cubed up cheese and some butter crackers, and he just goes to town. So we're big fans of all the Annie's products. Really, really like those as alternatives to some of the other crackers that are on the market. The next thing we really like are these Happy Baby Happy Munchies, they're called. These are essentially little cheese puffs, but these ones are organic broccoli, kale, and cheddar, and these are organic cheddar cheese with carrot. And this is what they look like. They're like teeny tiny little cheese curls. The reason I really like these, my son actually really loves these broccoli and kale. These do have a little bit more of a vegetable flavor to them, but he really, really loves these. These are actually have some really great, these are made with whole grain corn. They've got a lot of really great ingredients in them. And there's a lot less sodium than some of the other cheese snacks that are out there on the market. So I think Gerber makes a similar cheese curl. It has a lot more sodium in it. So I'm kind of a fierce label reader when it comes to snacks and packaged products that we give to my son. So I really like these, have a lot of really wholesome ingredients in them, and he really, really loves these. These travel really well in his little snack container. The next thing we really like, we use these sometimes as a treat after dinner if we want something sweet. These are Barbara's Organic Snackimals, and these are made with organic wheat. These are vanilla, and they're basically animal crackers. But again, they have really wholesome ingredients. They just taste like vanilla. They taste really, really good. In fact, my husband and I eat a lot of these. In addition to my son, he has a little lion and a little bear. They're really cute little animal crackers. They have a really great flavor, and again, really natural, wholesome ingredients. So that was 10, but I do want to throw in kind of another product that I really love. I want to give them a little bit of an honorable mention, which are these little Happy Times pouches. And this pouch is caramel yogurt and apple, and this is sunflower butter and berry jam. And they come in a box that has about 6 of these pouches. And I'll show you what they look like. These are also both organic. These are the sunflower butter and berry jam. They're kind of like a little pocket of whole wheat. And these are peanut free. So if you have a kid that has a peanut allergy and you want to give them something that kind of tastes like peanut butter and jelly, this is a really great alternative because this is sunflower butter and it's peanut free. And then these are caramel flavored dried yogurt and dried apples. And then these like tiny little bites. These are really, really tasty. The reason I really like these is because they come in these little pouches, and my son can only eat maybe a quarter of a pouch. It takes us a really long time to get through a pouch. These are really quick and easy to throw in your diaper bag. If you're going out and about and you want a little snack, we really like those. So while I'm talking about portability, I also want to throw in a shout out for my InnoBaby snack container. I talk a lot about this container in my What's in My Diaper Bag video on my channel, but I wanted to mention it here as well. We love, love, love this snack container. This is the 3-tier version. It also comes in a 5-tier version. It's a little bit bigger. The reason I love it is you can snap it apart and take just however many little containers you need. So if you just need one, you take one, or you can snap them all together. It's really compact, fits great in my diaper bag, doesn't take up a lot of room. And my son carries this thing all around the house and throws it, and it doesn't break open or go everywhere. So we always keep his craisins and his cheddar bunnies and his broccoli kale cheese puffs in here. And we've got a Hulk sticker on the top, of course. And this is a really, really great product. I really love this product. So there you go. That's 10 and an honorable mention snacks for your baby or your toddler. I hope you found some ideas for things that you see on the shelf. Now you know a little bit more about what they look like and what they taste like. Feel free to leave any questions that you have in my comment section, and as always, I will list out the products in the description. Hope you guys have some fun snacking. We'll see you next time.